How can I use line plots to help me give advice to a professional athlete? In this lesson, you will learn how to solve a multi-step problem involving addition and multiplication by using information presented in a line plot. Let's review. We have learned how to multiply fractions with whole numbers. Multiplication is repeated addition. When we have the problem 3/4 times 2, we need 2 3/4 added together. When we add 3/4 plus 3/4, we can move 1/4 to complete one of the wholes. So we end up with 6/4 or 1 2/4. When working with line plots with final data, it is important to remember how to add fractions. When we add fractions, like in the problem below, it can be a common misunderstanding to add both the numerator and denominator. However, it is important to remember that we're adding pieces of a whole. For the problem 3/4 plus 2/4, we start with 3/4 and add 2/4 to that. When we draw 3/4 in a model, we see that in order to add 2/4, we need another whole. When we put the 2/4 onto the 3/4, we complete one of the wholes and have an extra fourth. Our answer ends up being 5/4 or 1 1/4. Let's use what we know to help us solve the following problem. David is training for basketball season, so he's running sprints. His goal is to run 3 miles total, but he's not sure how many times to complete his sprint workout to reach that goal. He has charted his sprint workout on a line plot. How many times does he need to complete the workout in order to reach his 3-mile goal? We know that we're trying to figure out how many times David needs to complete his sprint workout in order to meet his goal of running 3 miles. We also know that David's goal is to run 3 miles and that he has charted his sprint workout onto a line plot. Having the information organized this way is really helpful when solving the problem. First, we need to figure out how long the sprint workout is, so let's take a look at the data. There are 2 sprints that are 1/8 of a mile long, so we can mentally add those to be 2/8 of a mile. The same goes for the 2 sprints that are 2/8 of a mile long. We can mentally add those to be 4/8 of a mile. Now we can add 2/8 plus 4/8 equals 6/8 of a mile. The sprint workout is 6/8 of a mile long. So how many times does David need to run the 6/8 mile workout in order to meet his goal of running 3 miles? We can multiply 6/8 times something to get 3 miles. Let's draw our 3 miles on a number line. 3 miles is the same as 24/8 because 24 divided by 8 equals 3. Having a fraction with the denominator 8 makes it easier to work through this problem. Since multiplication is repeated addition, we can keep adding 6/8 to itself until we get to 24/8. 6/8 plus 6/8 equals 12/8, and 12/8 plus 6 more 8s equals 18/8, and 18/8 plus 6 more 8s is 24/8. We found through repeated addition that 6/8 times 4 equals 24/8, or 3 miles. David needs to run his sprint workout 4 times in order to run 3 miles total. In this lesson, you have learned how to solve a multi-step problem involving addition and multiplication by using information presented in a line plot.